All right, so we're gonna do the same warm up as we did the other time. So I'm gonna have those videos right after this one. But we're gonna add to it a little bit. So I want you guys to start with a shoulder tap. And this is basically, you're gonna be in a push-up position, just like this. Just like you were gonna do a push-up. Have your feet a little bit wider, and you wanna stabilize and tap your shoulder. This is really gonna get all those little tiny muscles in your shoulders warmed up. You don't wanna go like this and really lean. If you're feeling like you're doing this, you can even widen your feet a little bit wider to help your base. A nice, easy shoulder tap. And you're gonna do that for 30 seconds. Do some knee to chest. This is just a good stretch. Both knees to your chest. We're gonna go 5 each on that. After you get 5, then we're gonna go heel to butt. So you're gonna grab your toe basically, bring your heel to your butt, you can get a good reach. It's a good quad stretch. We're gonna go both legs, 5 each on that as well. After that, we're gonna do a lateral lunge. A lateral lunge, you kind of you wanna really sit back. So I'll get that for you guys. You're gonna come here and then really sit back. A good stretch here, and you're also activating here. You're gonna go 5 each leg. Obviously you go right and left. And then we're gonna do an all standing toe grab. So what I like to do is kind of have, say, right heel is down on the ground. You guys can see that, right heel down, and kind of get like a good little sweeping motion. We're gonna go 10 each on that one. Get a good stretch in the hamstrings before we start. And then we're gonna do jumping jacks. Shouldn't explain that, but everybody knows how to do a jumping jack. Next one we're gonna do is a line hop side to side. The last time we did forward and back. This one, basically you just kind of find a line or use an imaginary line. You're gonna go back and forth. All right, so for the meat of the workout, we're gonna do an interval again. We're gonna do the same time with 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off. If you go through the first round, you think that's a little bit too easy, you can add 5 seconds to the work or even 10 seconds, depending on the difficulty. But for the first exercise, we're gonna do a burpee. For this interval, we're gonna kind of do a little bit more of like a cardio base. So we're gonna go a little bit faster pace, a little bit more movement, just to get like the heart rate up for an extended amount of time. So for the first one, a burpee. Basically a burpee is you start standing up, you're gonna go down, do a push up, stand back up, and do a vertical jump. So I'm gonna show you kind of like more of like a slow-mo just to kind of get it. So we're going down here to a push up, feet up to a jump. And just kind of like this, push up, jump. Ceiling is not high enough, but you could really make a good jump. All right, so for the second one, we're gonna do an alternating jackknife. I'll show you guys how that is here. We gotta face this wall. So alternating jackknife is a core exercise. You're gonna be flat on your back, and then you're gonna bring one leg up. You're gonna crunch to that leg. The next leg, crunch. It's supposed to look like this. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is a box toe tap. I just got a regular shoebox here. Put a couple of water bottles in there just to kind of make it a little bit more stable. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start like this, and basically we're just gonna tap our toes on the box. You're not stomping on the box at all. It's just a very light tap, very light. All right, so the next one we're gonna do a weighted goblet squat. I got my bag here. I put some books in there, some water bottles. Just try to get probably around 10 to 15 pounds of weight in there with anything you can find around the house. It's easy to put in the backpack. So what we're gonna do is hold the backpack like this out in front of us. Feet are gonna be wide, just like we're gonna do our regular body weight squat. We're gonna get full depth. And these are gonna be a little bit faster. So you wanna go all the way down, all the way up. Keep that weight out in the front. It should look like this. All right, for the next exercise, we're gonna do skier jumps. So basically, like you're doing a single leg jump from right to left. It's important that you don't go too far, and you want to really like land softly on that leg out here. You don't want to land with a straight leg at all. So I'll show you guys how that's done. It's important that you really absorb and balance. If you have to bring that other toe down, that's okay. So if you have to go like this, you kind of bring that toe down to help yourself stabilize, that's fine. But you're really jumping off of one leg. And these, you can kind of go faster. All right, next we're gonna do a bicycle crunch. It's kind of easier to show and talk this one through. So a bicycle crunch, you're gonna start in a position like this. One leg is gonna be straight out, but not on the ground. This leg's gonna be in, and you're gonna alternate by touching your elbow to the knee that's up. So you're gonna start like this. The opposite leg is going straight, but not touching the ground. It's an RFE squat. That stands for rear foot elevated. And we're gonna go right foot elevated first. And you can use like your couch, if your bed's not too high. Basically, you kind of want this at like knee height. This one's a little bit short, but that's all I have to work with. Just kind of find something that's gonna be the right height for you. Your rear foot is gonna be elevated like this. And then you're basically just gonna do a split squat. Your knee should come really close to touching the ground. This front knee, you don't want this knee to go over your toe. So you wanna have like a straight line down. You wanna go straight down. And then the next one, we're gonna go left foot, rear foot elevated, same thing. Straight down. You can get a good tempo with these. If it's getting hard, you can go a little bit slower, but it should be kind of cardio, so you can get a good tempo. The next exercise, we're gonna do a seated jump. I'm gonna use the same thing I did my RFE on. Basically what we're gonna do is sit down right here. We're gonna have our hands kind of back, and we're gonna explode up as we jump. So just sit back down, sit back down, sit back down, just like that. The last one we're gonna do is a front plank. This is gonna be good to try to control your breathing, because your heart rate should be super high as you're going through this first phase. But it's just a basic front plank. Basically, you're gonna get kind of like a push-up position, but then you're gonna go down on your elbows. Don't put your hands together, have your hands spread apart. I don't know if you can see me. So hands should be spread apart. Back should be flat, not like this, not like this. Flat back. And you really want to squeeze your belly button. Think about belly button to the spine. So you should be squeezing. And after about 10 seconds, you're gonna start shaking, but just fight it through all 30 seconds. The cool down is gonna be the same, stretches. Like I said, I'm gonna drop these videos in. Just use the same videos, it's kind of easy to do it that way. But we're also gonna add a few there. We're gonna do a figure 4 hip stretch. So I'll show you guys how that is. What the figure 4 stands for, basically, you're gonna have one foot bent like this. The other foot is gonna be on top of the knee. And then you're gonna push with this hand on top of this knee, keeping this foot straight up. Push, push, push until you feel the stretch. You should feel the stretch out here. If you're not feeling the stretch, you can bring this foot a little bit lower and push, or you can even put your hands behind this knee and bring it up like this. And you should feel the stretch back here. We're gonna go right foot, and then left foot. Same thing. Should feel the stretch right out here. Cool down today. We're gonna go through a little stretch. Each stretch we're gonna hold for 15 seconds. So the first one, we're just gonna get our feet together, just a hamstring stretch. Straight down, touch the toes. Hold that in 15 seconds. The next one, we're gonna go right foot over your left foot. Same thing, straight down. Hold that 15 seconds. Then we're gonna go left leg over the right foot. Straight down. Hold that 15 seconds. Then we're gonna go leg spread down to the right. Touch the toe, hold that 15 seconds. To the left. 15 seconds. Down to the middle. 15 seconds. Then we're gonna do a lean stretch. So we're gonna go to the right, kind of like what we did our lateral lunge, but you're really gonna feel a stretch in here. Try to keep the foot that's straight, flat on the ground. And then we're gonna go left leg. Then we're gonna go sumo squat. So you're gonna get your legs really wide, your knees should push out, and just kind of sit in this position like this. Your heels should be flat on the ground. You're gonna feel nice right back in here. Then we're gonna do a calf stretch. So you're gonna find a wall, you're gonna put your toes up against the wall, and just get a nice lean forward. You should feel a nice stretch in the calf. 15 seconds on the right, 15 seconds on the left. And we're good. Also introducing a new one, we're gonna do a lat stretch, so that's right back here. You might feel a little bit sore from doing the burpees in your back right here, and it's also good just to help for your posture. So this, we're gonna be on all fours. You're gonna take this arm, reach it all the way through, hand flat on the ground, and you really, it's almost like you're pulling this way, but you wanna keep your hand right here. Pull through, you can reach even further, pull, and you should feel that all throughout your shoulder. We're gonna go right arm and then left arm. Hand flat, get a nice stretch.